host of Rush to Reason, is here today, and it is his birthday. So in honor of your birthday, we are going to hear from Jimmy Fallon. I've selected this clip just for you. Here we go.
Bernie Sanders is also campaigning with Hillary. Yesterday, he asked a crowd at one of her rallies, "Is everybody here ready to transform America?" Followed by his next question, "Does anybody here remember where I parked?" It's at 94 Taurus with the left blinker on.
94 Taurus, left blinker on. Love it. John is very active in the community, and he is a businessman, and he is a radio host, and he's conservative, much like myself. And we came across this story, John, I wanted you to talk about. Chelsea Clinton takes a private jet to a clean energy conference. Really? Are you kidding me?
That's sort of being a hypocrite, is it not?
Way. I mean, it just, I remember Leonardo DiCaprio did this. Like, he drives some, little, smart car or something to save on gas, and then he'll take a private jet to an energy conference as well.
Well, and just as a side note, I don't know how long her actual plane flight was, but let's just say it was an hour roughly. By the time she gets there, flies back, that's 2 hours. The average mid-sized jet would burn somewhere around 250 gallons per hour. So she burned 500 gallons of jet fuel just for that little short hop.
So it definitely had an impact per se.
Now, here's a question, Angie, real quick. Here's a question for you. How long does it take you to burn through 500 gallons of fuel in your car?
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. I hardly drive. My mom fills up her tank every 6 weeks.
There you go. So most people don't use that in a year.
Wow, that is a lot. And my mom, maybe 3 years, because she just goes to Walmart to pick up bread.
There you go. There you go.
And milk. All right. I want to talk about Hillary Clinton kind of turning the tables here, trying, as you know, in the last debate, they didn't bring up the foundation donations. The emails seemed like a thing of the past, but they brought up plenty of things about Donald. And now Hillary Clinton is responding to reports saying a company controlled by Donald Trump conducted business in Cuba in violation of the U.S. trade embargo.
His efforts to do business in Cuba, which appear to violate U.S. law, certainly flout American foreign policy.
Now, speaking to reporters in Chicago, Clinton says the allegations there, that's the latest situation. She says that raised doubts about Trump's qualifications and temperament to be president. Newsweek claims that in 1998, Trump's company spent at least $68 grand in Cuba. The report says the money was funneled through a consulting firm to make it appear like a legal charitable donation. All right. I'm sorry, John, but when I think about people wanting to meet with Secretary of State Clinton and the door is shut, but after a large donation in so many cases is made to the foundation, all of a sudden Hillary's door opened, and we're not talking 68 grand. I'm not making any kind of excuses for whatever Trump did here. We can figure all that out, but I feel like it's the needle in the haystack, and she's the haystack. Yeah,
well, she's trying to find anything she possibly can to divert, and this is what the left does. She's going to find anything she can to divert attention away from what she has going on and all of the garbage that's been in her past. She's going to try to do anything she possibly can to shift that over to Donald so that the news media then tracks that, goes after that. I mean, you're right. 68 grand compared to the millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars the Clinton Foundation pulled in. Also, they could have access to the Secretary of State and the president.
Well, I loved that Lester Holt in the debate, he went back to like when Trump was in his 30s. I mean, come on, the guy's my mom and my dad's age,
Exactly.
And so they go back to a lawsuit when he was in his 30s where he didn't admit any guilt, where they tried to prove he was a racist. 47 years ago, you were a racist or accused of being one, but you didn't admit guilt. I mean, come on. I mean, 47 years ago, many of us weren't even alive. We don't even know. It's just crazy to bring this lawsuit like that up when we need to be addressing issues now that we care about. Can we get our kids to college? Can we afford, health insurance next week? We need a new car. Can we get something that, we can get around? It's like we have real problems and real life issues. And that's why this Miss Universe thing, to me, it's just a distraction. And so the Miss Universe that he allegedly called Miss Piggy, I guess he did. She's an interesting person for them to bring forward because she's got her own issues.
She supposedly drove a getaway car in a crime her Her husband at that time was basically, convicted drug lord. And you can go down the list of the things that she had going on in her past. Let's just say this. She does not have the best of past. And why in the world Hillary Clinton would pick that one out of everything you could go pick on Trump on, why you would pick that one, because it's already been totally discredited. There's really no validity in anything that went on there. And the reality is, when you become Miss Universe, you sign a contract that says, if I win, I'm going to do X. And that X is, I'm going to stay in shape. I'm going to make sure that I can wear that crown all year long. And the reality is, no offense, Angie, but if you gain weight and you don't look the part, so be it. You got to go lose the weight then.
And a lot of people don't want to hear that. Now, when I how much weight did you lose? 100 pounds?
I lost 125 pounds.
Okay. When you were 125 pounds heavier, if you tried out to be a firefighter or a police officer, they probably would have turned you away. However, if you gained 125 pounds, they would still, in many cases, leave you in the police department. Here's the weird one. Right after college, I love to travel, which I don't do because I have 2 jobs. I get up at 3 a.m. and I have 3 children and 4 sports. So whatever, that dream is dead. So with that said, I thought, well, maybe I could be a flight attendant for a little while and travel and work.
Right.
You know what? I weighed maybe 123 pounds, not very big, and I needed to weigh 117. And I actually thought to myself, is it possible for me to stay that thin? It's not healthy for me. I mean, right now, I'm not very big and I probably weigh like 132. Okay. And I'm still not a big woman. Okay.
Right.
So give me a break. So I can't weigh over 117 and be a flight attendant. So I guess my point is there are many careers like NFL cheerleader,
Yep.
beauty queen, where there are, weight qualifications put onto you. And whether we like it or not, it's true. You don't become Miss America if you weigh 300 pounds. It's not fair, but it's true.
Well, and here's the other reality to all of that too, Angie. If you and I were both, instead of in radio, if we were both in TV, there are certain qualifications when it comes to TV as to how we look. Is there not?
Oh, hello. I worked in TV for 20 years, very much so. I mean, I was told to change my hair color at times. Don't wear your glasses. I don't like the way you move your head. You move your head to the side when you look at your anchor too stiff. Move your head differently. You move your head in a really stiff manner. Are you kidding me? All kinds of stuff. All right, John, your website?
RushToReason.com.
All right, friend, you're the best. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it very much.
All right, coming up, we've got our buddy Chris Barnes, and we've got those chairs now. If you're too lazy to wait, it's like an electric or like a self-driving car. It's a self-driving chair. We got some crazy stories coming up.
Senior year.
The quote is from your senior year.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shirt.
Chris, is that from senior year?
Everything I wear now is my senior year.
Senior year. Okay. Right.
Different kind of senior, right?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
kidding.
Oh.
See,
Oh,
I
the
started.
millennials getting nasty.
I'm going to resituate this. By the way, I have a great story we can do next time because I have audio I can send to Trevino about it. The woman who lives in Virginia whose number was mistakenly put on C-SPAN the other night.
But if you close your eyes,
You're listening to Daybreak USA.
If you close your eyes, close them. Oh, you look good, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm Sans Red Sox hat for a change.
Yes, you are. Oh, we are actually have a feed too, so we can see each other. If you're listening on the radio, that's why we're such weirdos about we tease each other about how we dress.
But you can see us too. Daybreak USA has a Facebook page, and if you go to Daybreak USA right now, we have a live stream that's up, so you can see Chris without his hat on, and Angie looks amazing. It's Beauty and the Beasts basically is what it amounts to.
And check it out. I don't get up at 2:30 in the morning and take a shower, to not be seen. So please check it out.
Yes, but and John is wearing the outfit that he wore to high school graduation, so it's just a hats off to him that he lost 85 pounds to get back into that outfit.
That's why I did it for Daybreak.
Let's talk about the Broncos. As you guys know, I live in Bronco Nation, okay, and Chris is in the Northeast and John's in the Midwest, and Trevino's out west. We're on like 4 corners of the country. All right, a Colorado man is under arrest on claims he went into the Denver Broncos training center and threatened the GM, former great quarterback John Elway.
He claimed that the Broncos owed him money. He claimed that he was a 20% owner of the Broncos. And then while the reporting party was talking with him, the man had uttered something to the effect of, "I'm going to get you. I'm going to get John Elway."
Okay, sad. Obviously, some mental issues here. That was the Arapahoe County Sheriff's spokesman, Jill Brooks. She says Cordell Robinson wasn't considered a threat, which is why he's only charged with trespassing for what happened on Monday. Robinson did try to escape deputies at UC Health Training Center, but was quickly captured. And a spokesman for the Broncos said it was a very minor disturbance. Now, you guys know I worked in TV for years, and it would get weird sometimes with letters you'd receive, whatever. So once I got called to the lobby because I had a guest there, when I arrived at the lobby, this guy like held me hostage. And I don't mean really, but like he sat down and said, I brought this document with me and it's in a suitcase, and they called me to meet the guy. I mean, like, really? Couldn't you like say there's a weirdo in the lobby, don't come out? No, Angie, there's a guest for you. He has a suitcase and in it is documentation of that the earth is moving under his feet. And it is as big as like Donald Trump's tax documents. It is like he needs a suitcase for it. Anyway, I told him from now on, please don't call me to the
That surprises me. Most TV and radio stations would know not to just let anybody,
and one
even
guy
in the door with that.
One guy came during the blizzard, and he actually, and I'm not kidding you guys, we had a huge blizzard where I'm 5 feet tall. It was like taller than I am. And the guy came from Wyoming to shovel my truck out. And so I went outside and I said, my truck was like shoveled. And I'm like, honey, did you do that? Because I was engaged to the director. I said, honey, did you shovel my car? He said, no. We found out it was like a guy who had a criminal record who'd come there. And he's like in the lot for hours shoveling my car out. Anyway, proceed on. I'm ranting.
Okay, well, listen, let's talk about the Pittsburgh guy. This is an interesting situation. He has been given 30 days to try to figure out how to catch a noisy rooster that the city is very upset about. His neighbors are upset about it. They say this rooster that's on his property is just making too much noise at all hours of the day and night. Problem is, the guy says the rooster isn't his rooster. He says, yeah, I know it's on my property, but it's not my rooster. But they're telling him that because it's on his property, it's his responsibility to catch it and get rid of it. Because there's a city ban. There's a city ban on roosters. Yeah, it would be like if you've got a rabid squirrel in your yard and it bites somebody. Are you responsible for the rabid squirrel biting a neighbor?
Right. So, yeah, I would think that they'd have like, they could bring in somebody from animal control to get it, not like find the guy. That's a crazy, goofy story. Poor guy.
Yeah. So anyway, they say they'll give Gaston 30 days in jail if he doesn't take steps to catch it himself.
All right, John, what do you have for us? Something fascinating?
Have you seen the movie WALL-E?
Yes.
Because this story kind of reminds me of in WALL-E, you'll understand in a second, because Nissan has created a self-driving chair, one that you just sit in and it kind of takes you where you want to go. It's called the Pro Pilot chair. They've got cameras that can link the chairs into line by detecting the chair in front of keeping a fixed distance between each chair. And so now they are accepting applications from several restaurants in Japan looking to offer the self-driving chairs in their restaurants. So you watch the movie WALL-E where they're up in the spacecraft and everybody's just in their own chair that takes them where they want to go.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I pictured when I read this article. But it's the Pro Pilot chair. I get one for my kids.
So in other words, you walk in and you literally get seated at the door, and then your chair takes you to your table.
Sure, right where you need to go. That's what it looks like.
No, that's like that Walmart chair, you guys, that actually is going to, like an Uber chair. It comes to your car if you're too lazy. Now, I get it. Some people can't get out of the car, and they have a disability. But for like us, it'll come, hello, it's Angie. I'm at Walmart. I'd like to request an Uber chair. And then the chair or the cart or whatever, it's like comes and gets you and then takes you shopping and then brings you back to your car. And then it takes itself back to the store.
We're going to evolve into a legless species one of these years.
Could it take my kids to school?
Hey, well, that'd be nice. Hey, or to all the sports. Last night I had 4 sports I had to run around to. All right, speaking of kids, guys, we're all parents, that when you take a kid to a restaurant, you might as well just get a basket of fries. I've done that before, and I throw it in the middle of a table, and I'm like, have at it, because they're not going to eat what you get them anyway. So there's a kids menu at this little local deli, and it's very popular now. On the kids menu, they have the I don't know The I don't care is $4. It has breaded chicken tenders. The I'm
Mm.
not hungry. I'm not hungry is a grilled cheese. And I don't want that is the fish sticks and French fries. Because hello, how many kids are going to order fish? Are you kidding me? It's kind of cute. I thought it was kind of realistic, shall we say.
And how often do you order the kids' meal at the restaurant because the kids say they're hungry for the grilled cheese and French fries, and then you end up boxing the thing and taking it home because all they want to do is eat the French fries anyway. So
And then you end up eating the rest later when you get home anyway.
or on the way home.
Or they
Yeah.
like what we have, and my husband and I we're stuck with like the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity because they want to eat our meal. It's true.
Oh yeah, that's
story.
good too.
Thank
I don't
you
want
guys. Have a great
Sure.
day.
Duty.
That was fun. All right, we'll save the